Young men, watch out. That's what I'm gonna call this. Young men, watch out. Cause it's a lot of cats out here. Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. It was a hard day at work today. The heat really got to me. But there's something I gotta get off my chest. First, I'm gonna give you the story of why I'm saying this. Just for example, me and my partners, we work together. And when I say my partners, I mean we all in our 40s and stuff. Some of us closer to 50 than 40. But we grew up as teenagers. We grew up, some of us even shot marbles together. We came up in middle school and shit like that. We sit down running old stories. Now there's this one cat who just recently met us, to be honest with you, especially me. He only been knowing me about a year, maybe 2 years, but I really don't really kick it with him like that. Because I don't know him. Excuse me, I'm yawning. I don't really know him. But while we telling stories, and we serious about the stories, he trying to joke. Dude, we is not in motherfucking prison. Ain't no motherfucking jokes. And I had to check him on that shit and shut him up. Niggas jokes in prison to make the time go by. Nigga, we not josing. Nigga, we talking about shit that happen really in our fucking lives. And how we learned from the mistakes that we made and stuff like that. We really talking some OG shit. But this little youngster, he in his 20s, and out of all us, he a white dude. He just work with us. Now, just cause you ain't do it, or you ain't have the nuts to do it, don't mean that we didn't have the nuts to do it, cause we did it. We really did this shit. If you free, and you just sitting there, now, cracking jokes is one thing, cause we do crack jokes. But when you go to talking about some serious shit, and you got a motherfucker that's steady trying to be funny while you talking about some serious shit, man, move away from that clown. Cause that's all that is clown. He a whole clown out here, man. Then, then, then some people, you'll be talking to somebody else about something, and next thing you know, they interrupt y'all conversation trying to join it. If I'm not talking to you, stay out the motherfucking conversation. I don't like that shit. That's something that drives the fuck out of me. Cause I was raised by cats that you mind your own fucking business. If I'm sitting there, me and this man running and shooing it, kicking it, and you sticking your nose in our conversation, dude, hold up. What you, the feds? What you, CIA? What you, an informant? Fuck you sticking your nose in our shit, asking questions and all this shit. You gotta watch cats like that. Then, after that Montgomery shit, tension's a little high right now. Tension's a little high. But see all these motherfuckers talking about what we need to do, what we need to do, what we need to do. Man, them fucking agents. Them the same motherfuckers that set up that's the same motherfuckers that set up Fred Hampton and Martin Luther King, Reverend Jesse Jackson. We know you was involved in that shit. That's the same motherfucker set up Malcolm X, them type of niggas, man. You gotta watch him. And then if you got a partner, and I'm talking to the young brothers, then if you got a partner who agree with everything you say, man, move away from him quick. He on some slick shit. He trying to swindle you. This all from life experience. I done seen it. See, I'm the type of dude that if you my partner and I consider you my partner, what I do sometimes, I just set my money. If I got cash on me, I usually don't keep cash on me. But if I got cash on me, I set that shit right down and walk off, go somewhere, maybe go use the bathroom or something, go get something to eat, some shit. Then I come back and I put that money in my pocket. I wouldn't even count it. I know how much it was before I set it down. I'm gonna count it when I get from around you. And if it's a little bit light, hey, I ain't gonna trip. I'm gonna tell you about it though. But that's the end of our friendship right there. See, I ain't one of them forgiving. I ain't one of them forgiving dudes. My partner asked me today, what would I prefer? Love or respect? Me, I prefer respect. Love comes and goes. Respect does too. But you gotta do something to make a motherfucker stop respecting you. That love shit, that come and goes. I I love people that I don't even respect. I look at them like, yeah, I love you, but I don't respect you. Give me respect. That's all I ask. All them titles that niggas be getting theyself all these fucking titles and shit. And that shit go to their head. Like, if you make, like some black folk, you make them a manager or a superintendent or give them a position of power, they change. That shit gotta stop. Nigga go to acting all uppity and shit. Like they better, homie. Homie, once we off that job, you know that all we is men, right? See, that's what I go by. Motherfucker try to give me a title, I don't take it. I don't accept it. Cause then I gotta live up to it. Fuck that. I'm a man. I'm a man who demands respect, period. That's all I want. You ain't gotta be nice to me. You ain't gotta kiss my ass. Just show me some fucking respect and talk to me as a man. I done passed up jobs where I could have fucking been foreman and all this shit because I don't want what come with it. The motherfuckers be having to take their work home and read the blueprints and plan out for the next day. I ain't got time for that shit. When I get off the job, I'm off the fucking job. I ain't thinking about no fucking job when I'm driving home. That's the last thing on my mind. But other motherfuckers, they take it and they put responsibility on them, and maybe that's for them. Now, I can manage shit, but I don't want to manage no fucking construction job. Fuck that shit. I don't want corporate office calling me, oh, when will this be done and how long you think it's gonna take for that to be done? Now I do like doing music. And right now, we're working on a new album, but before we start recording, well, we making tracks, we making the beats right now. And some of the choruses and shit like that, and the ideas of the songs. And it ain't gonna be no negative album. So if you want to hear a bunch of negative shit, I'm not doing that this time. I got albums that you can listen to that's negative. You can go on Reverb Nation and Google William M. Money, the Myth, or you can Google William M. Money, the Legend. That's when I'm starting to change, cause I'm tired of hearing all this ratchet ass shit. Tired of seeing women just twerking and shaking their fucking ass, stinking up the motherfucking building. Fuck that shit. I remember back in the Gap, they used to do the WAP. It was so many different dances. Now all they know how to do is just bend over and shake their butt, like they riding, like they riding. You know what I mean? Riding one of them, like they riding one of them. Like they riding a cucumber. Nah, that shit get old, man. That shit is so much of a turn off to me. Now I do love beautiful women, and I look at them, but at the same time, see when I see them doing that, I speak to them and shit like that, and I hold a conversation with them. But I don't want your fucking number. Even if you interested in me, you wasted your time. Let's just be friends. That's all that's all I want. Just let's be friends. You tell me about your relationships and all this stuff, and I might give you advice on how to deal with the situation you're in. But I don't want to be in a situation with you. See, I like women that show respect to themselves, because every time you step out that house, if you're in a relationship, and even if you ain't in a relationship, like I explained to my daughter, if you ain't in a relationship, every time you step out that house, you dress respectable and you show respect, have some kind of decorum that people will respect you. It keeps a whole lot of conflict down too when you do that. You got cats that's fucking in their 40s and 50s walking around still talking that tough talk. Man, nigga don't want to hear that shit. Boy, ain't nobody scared of you. I don't care what you did. Back in the Gap, I didn't care who when I was younger. Boy, your name could be fucking ringing from New Orleans to California to New York about all the wild shit you did. You cross me, I don't care. Shit. All you about to do is put another stripe on my motherfucking uniform. Cause I ain't gonna back down. Now I done had some ass whoopings. I done got my ass whooped before, but I always come back. Sometimes the OGs, the older cats, they'll come in and squash the shit when they see where I'm taking it. Cause it been times where I got into it with cats that was known for putting people in the dirt. And I was at their top. I get at your top. And then it was one instance where the one cat who topped that was about to I was about to let him have it. He was kin to my best friend family, and they all consider me family. It was one of their cousins. Me and him got into it, which, to be honest with you, wasn't no winner in a fight, because niggas kept breaking that shit up. But I was pissed. So I went grabbed the tech, and he hurry up pulled off. And he used to dip through the hood in different cars, wearing different hats and shit. He thought I ain't recognize who he was because he was riding through that grinding. But I wasn't tripping off that. I ain't gonna do it around my house. But every night I'd be in that car riding around looking for him. Until one of my OGs set up there, he seen me and I'm locking the door because I'm about to go on my search. And he startled me because he usually Homer used to be riding in his car. This night, for some reason, this nigga riding on a bike, and that nigga ain't never riding no fucking bike at night. He just riding a bike at night. And he pulled up and he hollered at me. He's like, lonely. And when he said lonely, because only a few people call me lonely, that's one of my other nicknames. You got to know me real good, like streetwise, to call me lonely. Because everybody know I rock by myself, so they call me lonely. He was like, lonely. And I dropped the gun. He like, man, what you gonna do with that? And he knew about the little mini scuffle that me and his cousin had. I ain't telling what I was gonna do. I just laughed. I'm like, man, you scared the fuck out of me. And I picked it back up. He like, man, hold up, man. It dawned on him what I was up to. And he pulled us together, called us together. We had a little truce. And to this day, me and that brother both alive, and we cool with each other. I seen him a few years ago. We cool with each other. But it was getting funky. See, I don't really tell y'all my funky tales. Cause I used to be up to no good. And to be honest with you, I hope that most young black men start sticking together. Forget what neighborhood you from. Forget what gang you done join. Man, unite all under one umbrella. Because FBA is all we got, man. But like when I started off, what I was talking about, how cats be doing, you gotta watch some of these cats around you, man. I had a partner, man. God bless the dead. I ain't gonna say his name, but him and his little partners from Holly Grove they used to be grinding, you know, partners grinding. They were selling their little weed. Other niggas, they won't spend their money on hoes and clothes. He stacked his bread and he moved up. His own partners turned around and with the hating on him, tried to rob him, shot him up. He lived. Then he moved to Houston. And from time to time, he'd come and knock one off. One of them that did it, he took his time. And he'll knock him off. And then once he thought it was all over because he done knocked off all the motherfuckers that was in on the plot, he thought the shit dead. But you got family members that ain't gonna let that die. Sometimes we gotta let that die. Cause you don't know what happened to make that shit start. And we gotta let a lot of shit die. Just let it go. Even though you mad, all right, I'm not gonna kick it with you, none of that. I'm gonna give you a pass, cause God know how to deal with you. Trust me. He done dealt with me for a lot of things I did. He dealing with me right now. Be real with you. But he gave me my health back, and I praise him every morning for that, cause my health had got real bad. But you gotta watch your circle too. Cause not everybody around you mean good. Some people just opportunists. They really just in it. They just fuck with you because they trying to get what you got. Choose your friends wisely and don't be on the fucking street josing. Josing is for jail. If you josing on if you round a motherfucker that's just josing on the street, man, get away from that clown. You a whole clown out here. You a whole whore out here, man. Nigga ain't josing on the fucking street. Now, if we cracking jokes, that's one thing. But josing on the street with a nigga say I'm just josing, man, and we free, we ain't in prison, and you josing, man, get the fuck from around me with that bullshit, man. You ain't even built like that. Same motherfucker that be calling themselves josing. See when you go to fucking ribbon their ass, when you go to ripping a hole in them, or what they call that shit, roasting them, or they get mad. They get in their feelings. Watch what I tell you. That same motherfucker who be Joseph, or I go to ribbing his motherfucking ass and saying some shit that he really be feeling. Like a little cat telling me, I caught two flats the other day. I caught a blowout on the interstate, and I hit the barrier, scraped my car up a little bit, and had two flats. So I put a donut on one, and it was late at night. So what I did, because I had people that would come pick me up, but I'm not trying to inconvenience them. I just pulled up at Lakeside Mall and slept in the parking lot in my car. The next morning, I got somebody to come pick me up. We got a new tire. I got my tires fixed and shit. So I'm running the story to one of my partners who went on, and this motherfucker ain't got nothing to do with the conversation. Talking about, you know what, Ace? I really don't give a fuck. I say, huh? You know what? You know what? I ain't gonna say his name. You know what? I wasn't fucking talking to you. Motherfucker, you ride a fucking bike and gotta get a ride back and forth where you going. I'm riding vehicles every fucking where I go. And I own my shit, it's paid for. Now I lost my MKX when I got sick last year because the doctors wouldn't let me work, and they wouldn't even let me drive. They took away my driving privileges and everything because I was that sick. But shit, soon as I got well and start back to working, first thing I did was go buy a car. I stacked my money up, and I kept searching because I be on Carfax. Before I buy a car, before I buy any vehicle, it's gonna take me 6 months to a year before I buy a vehicle because I Carfax like a motherfucker. And if I gotta drive to Chicago to go get that bitch, I'm gonna drive to Chicago to go get that bitch. From Louisiana to Chicago, I go to Houston, get cars. I go to Georgia and get cars. Cause shit, since 2014, I think I done bought 6 different cars. Some of them, that Dodge Charger I had was a piece of shit. Fuck that. If you buy a Dodge Charger and that motherfucker ain't a Hemi, boy, you done waste your motherfucking money. I'm telling you straight up. Me, I'm a Lincoln man. I like Lincolns. That's all I be wanting to drive is Lincolns. But that motherfucker won't talk shit, and you riding a whole bike, gotta get a fucking ride back and forth to work. Man, get out of here, man. See, that be that little hate shit. And he talk about, nah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. I wasn't even talking to you. I'm talking about some serious shit, and you talking about you joking, man. Get out of my face with that old bullshit. The same motherfucker the other day, me and my partner who own the fucking company that I'm working at right now, he set up there and we go back to shooting marbles. You know, we go back. So we sitting up there talking about shit and how motherfuckers used to be trying to bully. And I was always a small nigga, but I always fought the bullies. I was that nigga that if I see you bullying somebody, boy, I will get at you. And I don't fight fair. Especially if it's one of my people, boy, you trying to bully, I don't care if you got a gun, boy, I will take this motherfucking Snapple bottle or whatever I had in my hand and, or, you know, back then we used to drink 40s and shit too. I take that fucking 40 and I'll crack you upside your fucking head. But here come the other cat that's always talking about, oh, I'm just joking, or he josing. Yeah, he don't know what we talking about. We talking about how we didn't like bullies and how we used to be. We'll whoop the shit out of bullies. We always did. If we see somebody a bully, bullies was cowards to us. I don't know how other states run, but down here in New Orleans and around and the surrounding areas, and when I say surrounding areas, I mean New Orleans, Jefferson Parish, all that shit, where the airport. I mean, you could go to Kenner, you could go to West Bank. I mean, Orleans, you could go out there to Chalmette too. Lil Woods, all that. Man, if niggas set up there and boy, if your name go to ringing and motherfuckers scared of you, you're a dead man. And I'm telling you some real shit. Other cats, they go to other cities and they be spooking. They be spooking when they hear about such and such because they be scared of them. Shit, we kill everything we scared of down here. But this cat coming here, we talking about bullies. Yeah, I bet you ain't gonna bully me. Now he don't know what we talking about, and just walk in the door and say that. So what I said, no, I ain't gonna bully you, bitch. I'm just gonna beat you up. And I was ready to fight then. He hurry up, close his mouth. See, he say a little slick shit, and he don't realize that I ain't gonna even punch him the first time. I'm gonna smack him like a bitch, cause that's the way I feel about him. You a whole hoe out here, boy. I will smack the fuck out you. Don't fucking play with me. See, you don't know my background. My partners, they know my background. They know my history. They know that, boy, I'm bipolar. I go to 0 to 1,000 in a second. I'm like a walking time bomb sometimes. I try to be cordial and show people respect to where they don't trigger me, because I know I got my triggers. You could trigger me, and certain things trigger me. He don't know me. He don't realize I done had a few jobs where mainly it was white folk. It wasn't black folk, because they'll see I'm cool than a motherfucker. But then a lot of them knew me. When they found out my name, they knew people who knew me, and they'll ask my background, and cats will tell them, man, dude was wild as a motherfucker back in the gap. But him, he don't know nothing about me. And don't realize boy, I will smack you. I told my partner who owned the shop, I said, I ain't gonna do it I ain't gonna do it at your shop. I'm gonna wait till that bitch is off the fucking grounds. And if he piss me off, I'm gonna punish him. Or whoop that bitch. He gonna think he gonna think he fucking hit a hornet's nest. He be stinging his motherfucking ass. And Lord, Don't let it be a chair round. After seeing that old dude in Montgomery swinging that chair, boy, I can't wait to hit a motherfucker with a chair. No, I was joking on the last one though. But watch your surroundings, man. Watch these people that y'all be dealing with. Cause you got some people that they play like they mean you well. Man, they be swindlers. Them motherfucker be trying to swindle, trying to beat you out of shit. Or they get jealous and do some hating shit. I I tell one motherfucker about something I said about a hoe. And he tell me I could have all these hoes. And I don't want none of your women. Shit. Looking at you, man, I definitely don't want none of your women, man. You look like you got herpes and shit. And plus the fact that me, I'm on this celibate. I'm on this celibate thing. To where if I don't think I'm gonna marry her, fuck sex. I got enough kids. I got 6 fucking children. I'm not even tripping off sex. Although I ain't gonna lie. I was a sex addict. Still be having them, but I them cravings, but I learn how to fight them. You know, I'm fighting everything off. Like when I used to smoke weed, I just quit. See now I'm quitting alcohol, but I can't just quit like I quit weed. Cause I've been drinking so long that my body done adapted to it to where I could have seizures and shit. They say I might could even die if I just stop drinking and don't take the medicine that I'm supposed to be taking. I've been taking it though. I take the little fucking medicine. And once I get it down, what this I think this day 5 or day 6 of me not drinking. I think this day 5 or day 6, one of them, are not drinking. And shit, once I get it to where I don't want to drink no more, I don't like when I go in the store, I ain't gonna front. When I go in the store now and I see alcohol, boy, I start sweating. I be wanting to buy that shit. I be wanting to buy that shit. But I like them aloe vera drinks, so they kind of keep me away from the aloe vera drinks and I forgot the name of that water. Smart water. I drink a lot of smart water too. Even though I don't feel no smarter since I've been drinking it, but I like it. It got a clean taste to it. But once I get this alcohol down, then this little e-cigarette, because I quit smoking cigars. I used to smoke cigars. Before that, I was smoking cigarettes. I quit the cigarettes. I went to cigars. I quit the cigars, and now I smoke an e-cigarette. Once I quit this drinking all the way, and I feel real comfortable walking around alcohol and not think about it. Oh, I'm about to quit this e-cigarette. I'm gonna start getting my milligrams lower. I'm gonna quit everything. I like little challenges like that. I ain't gonna lie, the sex challenge is hard though. Being celibate, well, Lord have mercy. And then I be talking to women and shit, and some of them be flirting. A bunch of them be flirting, but they'll be flirting with me, and I just can't bring myself to it because I already know. I look just by the conversation that we'll be talking about. I know she ain't the one because a lot of them lost. They want to tell me about some Christian shit. Now they got to the point where I'm just running it with you. They won't talk to me about some Christian shit, and I am not a Christian. I'm not no Muslim. I believe in the Bible. I'm an Israelite. But I don't want to hear that Christian shit. That pastor said, what the Bible said. Because 9 times out of 10, most of them pastors don't know that book. It been plenty of times I done sat up here and, because I've been studying my Bible since I was like, it's either 13 or 15. And I mean, I still study it. To this day, I study that Bible because I keep finding new things in it that I've missed. And now I got a Bible they got it got the Apocrypha, all that, the Book of Enoch, all that. I paid like $150 for it. So I'm studying all kinds of stuff. But I ask the pastors when we'll be at the barbershop, because my other partner, he cut hair. He used to have a barbershop, but now he on his own cleaning service to where he cleaning up like the airports and shit. I'm proud of him. Proud of him. I'm proud of my partners, because I got partners who own fleets of trucks. I got partners who own fucking shops, all kinds of stuff. And I'm proud of them, because we all came from the gutter, man. We was standing on a block selling rocks, and to see a brother get away from that and actually be legitimate and making good money, shit. Some cats hate that shit because maybe you can't do it, but that's because you ain't trying to do it. That's the whole thing. You got to push yourself, and sometimes you got to sacrifice. But where was I going with this shit? Because now I'm basically just kicking it. But watch the people you be around. Keep a good eye on your company, because some of these motherfuckers don't mean you no good. They'll be calling you brother and acting like y'all family and shit, and secretly this motherfucker hating on you. Or if you get a little chick that he interested in too, he might hit on with her, or he might try to backdoor you and get her from you. Now, if she do leave you for him, good riddance. She wasn't meant for you. Don't be sad or nothing. Shit, you thank God. Shit, let her go with him, cause she gonna do the same shit to him. See, that's where the laugh come in, cause she gonna do the same shit to him, and then he gonna come back and try to be buddy buddy with you, telling you about the problems he had with her, and God forgive me, I ain't never had that situation, but if I did have that situation, that nigga gonna want to fight me, cause I am gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh because I love to laugh at stupid shit. I'm gonna cry laughing in his face while he probably crying over this bitch or moaning over. And I hate to say bitch, but when they do shit like that, yeah, they be bitches. But I'm gonna laugh. I mean, so fucking hard. I'm probably gonna have tears running down my face. And then the funny thing is, when I'm really laughing, sometimes my laugh get high pitched. Sometimes my laugh get real low when I'm laughing too hard. When I'm running out of breath, and it get real deep, and that'll make a nigga want to fight you when you laughing at their pain. But I'm like, dude, you backdoored me. You got her. Good riddance. Thank you, God, for taking this nuisance away from me. But shit, I done rambled enough, man. Let me get off this motherfucking thing. I know ain't too many people gonna watch it because I ain't got the algorithms. And plus, I don't be showing myself too much. You can see forgive me. I'm yawning again. You can see what I look like because I got videos where I actually show myself. But sometimes I just don't want cam up. I just be running it because until I get like 100 subscribers, I ain't gonna cam up. It don't make no sense. But I can get y'all game for the ones who actually listen. But y'all be easy. I'm out.